Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Matt,
How's
you're
everybody
thinner.
doing? Oh yeah, yeah. Here we go. I need to make sure I'm in frame. There we are. Good morning, everyone. I'm Matt, and this is Dan, and we're with Switcher, and we're here to answer your questions. This is Coffee and Questions. Every other Monday, we come to you here in the group to, well, answer your questions because we want to make sure you feel prepared to make a really good live stream. So, hey, Dan,
hmm
what's up? You
Hey,
all right?
yeah, doing good. Um, this is a little bit different than we normally do.
Yeah,
Like
here we are.
like we said, and I have got a lower third or an image down there asking, telling you to ask your questions. So put those in the
Mhm.
comments if you have some. Um, and yeah, sorry, I'm like reading comments as they're coming in too, and losing my complete train of
Oh my
thought. It's
gosh.
it's Monday, guys. I haven't
David,
had
I
my
would just
coffee.
like never in my wildest dreams imagine that would be a comment right here.
I know, and let's just put it back up here.
Oh my gosh. Well, if you know what Leisure Suit Larry is, good on you. If you don't you don't have to look it up. It's fine.
Yeah, this is something we're doing something a little bit different today. We're in
Oh
vertical
my
mode, and
gosh.
this was a result of a question we had gotten. I think it was Chris Strub asked like, "How would you guys do a vertical video?"
Hmm.
And we kind of got on here and we tested some stuff out, and this is what we decided on, or the format we would do. We've got our kind of our lower thirds. Underneath our video there, but you guys should be able to see us fully.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then, as we can put in up comments, like here's Matt's, his comment can be
Oh, my
down there
face.
below. We have that whole, yeah, look at you. We've got that whole area
Jeez.
down there that we can put our graphics and stuff that we want up. Like I can say, hey, people, ask your Switcher Studio questions. Ask your Switcher Studio questions.
Ask just really, we just really wanted to ask him.
Really.
I don't know if I'm made for vertical video because I'm pretty like fidgety like as a
Uh
person
huh.
overall. So I feel like if I have to stay just like right here, um, I
I
like
hear
the
you.
freedom. I like the freedom to be like, like go wherever I want. Uh,
Yeah, it's
but
more
here I
fun
am.
that way.
Yeah, it is. It is. Now I have to like
Hey, how
be
does
very
this look,
thoughtful.
by the way?
Here we go. There we
Put
go.
that down there.
Uh,
Let's just
yeah. So hey, if you haven't asked your questions, I saw David. You had some in the group. We'll make sure we get to those. But if
yeah, yeah.
you're
I
joining
think Dave
us,
just had some really good talking
mhm.
points. Sorry, Matt. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
completely interrupted
Oh
you.
no, you're good. If you have any questions, if you're watching, drop them in the comments. We'll get to them. Like I said, this is just for us to be able to help you all make better live
Yeah.
streams. So and if you've
So
had there's no stupid questions. Like if you don't, if you're embarrassed to ask it, just ask it anyways, because chances are someone else is already thinking the exact same thing.
Mhm. And should we tell you why testing and setting up beforehand is important?
Oh yes, we
Um,
absolutely should. Yeah.
I like we talk about testing and making sure things are looking good. When I had originally set up this project before Matt and I got on to test it, this is the angle I had.
Mm.
Oh, I should get rid of these.
No, I love them.
Those were more
Oh,
centered on them. I mean,
there we
like
go.
this
It's
kind of can
perfect.
work, but I don't know. I
I
think
tried to
Matt.
put my chair down lower, but it wouldn't go any lower than this. Like if I could just like, there we go.
I'm looking at it on Facebook now. Honestly, it's not like the worst. Okay, I
It's
just
like
looked away and I looked back, and hey, you're looking good.
I'm very slouchy right now though to be able to fit
Yeah,
this.
yeah, I know, and I'm not fitting either. So yeah, that's why we decided to go on with us side by side. Hopefully, if someone's watching on mobile, let us know how that looks. Can you see us both? Okay, there. Yeah. Hey, here's Chris in the in
Chris, what's
the
up?
in the comments. Chris, we're doing
Good
this
morning.
because you told us we should.
We listen to people sometimes, often.
So Chris, yeah, thanks for the suggestion. But yeah, this was kind of my original thought was to put like the ask your questions in the comments, kind of there in the middle and whatnot. Oh yeah, I can. Should we get a thumbnail for Claire or something?
Okay, it's perfect.
I was looking the
It's like the
wrong way.
Brady
I was
Bunch.
looking.
No, it's good. It's perfect. We're doing great. We're doing really great.
No, nothing. We've never done anything wrong in our entire lives.
Oh, I hope you're all doing well. We're going to get into some questions here. And Chris, thanks for the suggestion about doing vertical. We
I'm glad people are
typically
saying
don't
it
do it.
looks good. Yeah, and shout
Yep.
outs to if you guys like. You'll see it even more so in the next weeks if you watch on the main Facebook page, the Switcher Studio Facebook page.
Hmm.
I'll put this this logo. Follow us at Switcher Studio at all social media stuff. But shout outs to I'm sorry, I was trying to. It's Katie, I think we're calling her, right? Katie on the
Yeah,
team. We have 3 Kates on our team. There's Kate,
Kate's
Katie,
Katie.
and it's
I'm,
Caitlin and Slack, but I'm not sure if she's going by Caitlin or something else. So,
hey there.
yeah, but she created a bunch of graphics and assets for us, so we're really excited to use some of those going forward too.
Yep.
Like you'll notice above Matt, there's that logo that's kind of looks like a leftover coffee or something. So she's got like a background that's coffee beans. So yeah, we'll be using all that here pretty soon.
Oh, good. I'm glad it looks good, Chris. That's awesome.
I think I've stalled long enough to
No, we can
get
get
some
some
questions in
questions.
here. Do we got any
Yep.
good ones here?
Billy here says I use the. Okay, yeah,
I did
use
the
the
one below
Rhodes
it.
Wireless Go. However, when I use it with the switcher, the audio is not good. I end up disconnecting and just using the switcher mic. What am I doing wrong?
Could be a couple different things. And it might be Billy. It might depend on how you're bringing that mic into Switcher. This might be something to email support@switcherstudio.com and it might be able to get you the best help because there's some a lot of follow-up questions we need to do, like how are you connecting it? Does that mic require phantom power? Because if it does, then you can't just plug it right in. What sort of all that kind of stuff. So my guess is what's happening is either you're having phantom power going through and it's just too much power for the input and it's making it sound not so good, or you need to disconnect that or turn phantom power off could be the other option. So that's my first guess, but if you email support@Switcher Studio, I'm sure we can for
we'll
sure get
probably
that.
go through some questions with you, get to the bottom of it. So
Claire said.
that's what I was thinking, Claire. Exactly what I was thinking.
The other
Billy
one,
also,
yeah. Sorry, keep going.
I would say Billy also was asking about using wireless earbuds.
What about using wireless earbuds is also an issue. I know, like I've seen issues with Bluetooth in general, like making sure you're in the right, you're not too far away from it is one of the really important things. And I would also say that sorry, I'm just trying to think because like I've seen some of these things before with the Bluetooth, where I think there's like a setting you can go into and you can track it's like HFP mode. There's an article on, maybe I'll make Matt talk for a little bit here in a second. I can find it. Or if Matt, if you search for Bluetooth audio on the help center,
I'm looking right now.
or Claire, I'm
Claire,
doing the thing where I'm
Bluetooth
telling
audio.
multiple people and then you're both
Everybody,
share it
it's a race. It's a race to find it.
yeah.
Oh, I don't know what's happening here.
But yeah, the best results we've seen are using the Bluetooth, what are the Apple ones, the AirPods, using those. Other ones are going to be hit or miss. Honestly, my recommendation is shying away from Bluetooth audio. I just don't think it's the best solution. And I think, call me old school, I just think a wired connection is going to be better in the long run.
If I'm out on a walk, though, I do like my AirPods.
Right, yeah.
I'm not sure.
There it is. Double. See, I did it again. I'm taking responsibility. That's my fault, guys.
Well, I asked Claire to be in the comments and post links if we need them. I'm sorry, Claire. That's on me. I just need to trust that you're going to do it. Okay.
Who won? Matt won. Matt got it
won
first.
I won just barely. I know. I saw Chris was saying, where's it at here? There's a lot of like when the comments come up, and with the comments below, the top of the screen seems kind of like a wasted space. Is it possible to align the two of you guys to the top of the screen?
Yeah, I actually can do that. Here, I'll do that just for you, Chris. I think what Chris is saying is he is thinking about.
Well, we have really big comments like that where it looks great, but you have to make sure you have a paragraph.
Yeah, I also like having the logo up there, but here I'll do this just for the sake.
Just put the logo
you could do something like this, and then use that entire bottom section for comments or just other graphics and things down there. I can also show you we like to show the Switcher Studio interface in here as well. So like let me put
there we go.
But yeah, so you could do something like this too, where you have, you down at the bottom, and then you're doing a screen sharing or something and showing all that off.
Mhm.
So another cool way I think you could do vertical video. Um, so yeah, good questions though. Does this
How do
look
you do
better
that?
for you guys? Like, does that look better on the just in general on
I'm not looking at my
I'm not
mobile.
watching on a phone. I guess like, do
Yeah.
the comments pop up? I think they do. Do the comments just pop up on screen as they're coming through, or like on the side? I'm confused. I'm using my phone as my camera, so I can't really use that. But
I don't want
yeah,
to
you guys tell us. We're
pull up
learning all
audio.
here together.
Yeah, we don't use vertical video very often. We're trying to figure out what the
I'm glad
best
people are
setup is
liking it
for.
though.
Yeah, maybe it's the
Billy's
thing we
saying
do.
the side by side is definitely better.
Yeah.
For those just tuning in, this was the other option.
What? No, this is great. Like, you can see what's in my teeth
Yeah.
like that. uh, awesome. Let's see. David says, if using wireless earbuds like the AirPods Pro as an audio monitor, will that grab the mic input as a source? I need to stay on the system board. I needed to stay
There's
on the
a
system board.
setting that like there's a setting that Bluetooth audio is something I should probably brush up on again. I haven't used it in a while, but there is a way that you can make it so you can monitor the audio in your ears and not have the mics. I think that's how it is used by default, and you have to switch something to use the Bluetooth audio microphone, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think you're right. I am also not very well versed in Bluetooth audio. Let's see here.
We can get Jared. We'll get Jared on another one of these. Although he's kind of a night owl, so I don't know if someone wants like midnight coffee and questions. We
Midnight
could
coding
do that
questions. Yeah.
maybe with Jared and get him on to a really late live stream. I'd be willing to stay up late and do that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in for that.
Um,
Awesome. Let's hear. David also gave us a discussion point here in the group. I posted just yesterday
mhm.
and discuss remote broadcasting. Example: how to set up a multicam broadcast when the location doesn't have internet. Can the iPad's 5G work, or is a modem router like the Netgear Nighthawk needed? What are requirements for sustained data?
This is a great question.
It is.
And definitely okay, hold on. First, I see Claire coming in with the coffee and questions decaf. I love it.
Switcher after hours decaf edition.
All right, Chris. Since we're doing this for Chris, he says he really likes the line to the top, so we're gonna do that. I will
probably make the logo a little smaller. Are you able to show what you're doing here for everyone else?
I can't show this one per se, but like it's really just when you create that multi-view, there's a slider in the settings that lets you slide it up and down. It's very, very simple.
Gotcha.
Let me oh, wrong one. Sorry, we're gonna get to David's point here in a second, I promise. Or should I put I'll keep it in the corner, top corner. We'll just make it real nice and tiny. There we go.
I think that's great. Oh, that's great.
So yeah, talking about like you don't have internet at a spot. What's your best solution? If you're just like recording with one camera and that's it, the 5G modems on those iPads can actually work really well. It's when you start connecting multiple cameras and stuff that those that aren't really set up for streaming or like communicating between other devices, that's when it starts slowing down, and you'd want to add something like a Netgear Nighthawk or something else. The Nighthawks, one of the reasons I talk about how nice they are is they have an Ethernet port on them, so you can create what we call like a local network. So you can get like your own router, plug it in, and that is basically just setting up for all your cameras to connect to, and then you would plug in through the Ethernet port into the Nighthawk, and that's so basically you have a router that's acting as your camera communication and everything, and then all that Nighthawk has to worry about is sending the video out. So it makes it really nice. Alternatively, record and upload later as a Premiere or something similar like that. Or another thing you could potentially consider is if you have some phones as hotspots that you can connect microphones to, connect them via remote video guest and have someone at a different location stream it, like somewhere else that has really good internet connection.
Yeah.
But I love that talking point, and like that's something we could do. we could probably talk for hours on. And maybe that's something we should do on one of these, or
Good
just a
idea.
live stream in the future. We can get maybe Jared and Ernesto in, who are two kind of experts on those topics, and
Yeah.
talk about the best setups for the best situations.
Hmm.
Did I answer
Uh,
that? Do we think, or yes, no,
I
maybe?
think so. Yeah, and I will just kind of mention if you are on location, don't use hotel Wi-Fi or uh, probably your school's Wi-Fi unless you talk to somebody first. Like chances are it's not going to be good for you.
Okay, Chris, I think could you do me a favor, Chris? Do you know how to do a screen recording? I'm gonna
Oh, he's
ask
a
him to do
pro.
something.
He's a pro.
He's a pro, right?
Yeah,
Swipe
you
down,
got it.
like do a screen record. Could you like record a little bit of watching this on your phone and send it to me? I'd be really curious to see how this looks like on the playback. I guess I could also just play it back after the fact.
Just
I
do
don't know
it.
if it's different
Do it.
live or not, but um,
It'll be the same, I think.
yeah, I'm curious just to see, yeah, how you guys like it.
Um, okay, we've had a bunch of questions about DJI and connections and how to use them the proper way and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
It
I
seems
can.
like
You want just the quick like rundown on DJI, on the Osmos and everything.
yeah.
I can do a quick
Quick rundown.
rundown here.
Yep.
So DJI Osmo Mobiles. First of all, DJI is impossible to say. I'm gonna mess it up all the time.
DJI. Oh.
DJI Osmo Mobile. Man, I tell you, when I do like voiceovers for videos and stuff that have that in it, it takes an extra hour for me to get that out. But anyways, the Osmo mobiles are what you can use. So you're connecting your camera or your iPhone into one of these Osmos, and then we're able to control the pan and tilt. There's also a zoom, like it's PTZ camera at that point because you can already do the zoom from within Switcher. Um, DJI has an SDK that we've implemented into Switcher Studio, and that's what we have control of. So people talk about like the auto tracking and stuff. That's not part of that SDK, so we can't take control of that. So we're stuck. We're not stuck. It's still great. You can still kind of swipe your finger around and move that camera back and forth, and it's really cool that you're able to do that. So yeah, different setup, but again, like that SDK really hasn't changed over the years. So, like people, whenever a new DJI Osmo Mobile comes out, people are always asking, will this work with Switcher? We always try and get our hands on the new ones when they come out so we can be like yes or no. But it's going to be yes, unless something is completely broken that's going to change over every single one. So, yeah, no, you can upgrade without fear of getting them. Again, like we use some of the old ones still. I use an Osmo Mobile 2 or 3, I think, still, and
Are
it
they
works
are they
great.
to 5 now?
Yeah, I think the 5 came out most
Phew.
recently.
Okay.
Look at awesome, Chris, putting it in the comments for us. You are a true gentleman and scholar.
Did I
Oh no, I
what?
have
I
to.
missed it. No, not in the comments. Maybe your
Oh no,
comment.
no, no, no. He just messaged it to me. Okay, not in the comments. It just popped up perfectly. I should show you. Like on my screen, it popped up perfectly on top of my on top of the chat. Chris, thank you. I appreciate. Okay. Oh, that does look good.
Well,
That's
I
really cool.
mean,
Okay,
I'll
this might
just
be the
scale it
new
right here.
way. This might be the new meta, Matt.
Yeah, I'm in. I just need to make sure there we are,
Yeah.
lined up straight here.
I have to fix
Uh,
since we put ours there. I have to fix our
While Dan does that, Andreas, if you're using the DJI feature and Switcher Studio together, like give us a video, drop it in the group here. I'd love to see what you're doing. That kind of goes for any of you using other stuff with Switcher. I'd love to see your setups, what you're doing, because really what you're doing will hopefully help others improve theirs. Like, I'm not talking about stealing ideas. I'm just talking about how to make a better live stream.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. Hey, you're doing it, Dan.
I did it.
Good job.
I did the thing.
Proud of you. I'll have to check it out after the stream here.
Yeah, I can. I'll share it. I'll share it into the live stream or on our Slack channel here for everybody.
Okay.
But Chris, thank you so much. Um,
If
Yeah,
you're
I'm
just
just
joining us, drop your questions in the chat. We've been just here chatting and answering your questions. Want to help you all, get better.
I
That's
see this
what we're here for. So
question from Billy again too, saying, "Can you show the vertical look from the camera?" Um, I'm a little confused as to what you're asking, Billy. Could you ask that a different way? Do you want to see like the setup we're doing, or can you show the yeah, help me out here, Matt, if you know,
I'm
or
not
Billy,
sure. Yeah,
just
maybe
ask us
I think
again.
maybe this. I'm guessing the setup. That's what I thought that meant. But
I can move my
um,
camera and show you like how it's set up. It's just I've got the iPad's sitting vertically on like a little stand, and I've got my iPhone kind of pointed at me here, and I've just got the secondary iPad off to the side for screen sharing. It's nothing too crazy.
yeah, we try to keep it pretty simple for these. Cool. I see a question about scoreboards and updated scoreboards for sports.
Hmm.
Nothing yet. Again, let us know what scoreboard you're looking for. Send us a feature request. Really, we're trying to collect all this data. So yeah, let us know. And
I
I see
really
another
like this.
question.
So
Go
what
ahead.
Chris is saying here, and not something I didn't think about. So when the comments come up, they show up on the in the live video, like as part of it when you're watching it on mobile. It might be a little different if you're watching it on a computer. So I'd be interested too. Like if people could let us know. Man, I should have set up a Facebook poll or something and been like,
For
"Who? Where are you
me on the
watching it?"
computer, it's all on the side over here still.
Yeah,
So it's like,
yeah. But like Chris, who's watching it on mobile, and what shows in the video he sent me, all those comments pop up underneath us. So it probably does look really nice like that. Very interesting.
I see a question here from Billy as well about using Zoom with Switcher, and I'm dropping the link to our Help Center article.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's
let's
a
follow
big
that.
question. That's probably another whole hour long video we could do too on the different ways. But it's not too difficult to set up and
Nope.
get going.
Yep,
Just check out that article, follow the steps, and get Switcher into Zoom.
and let us know if you have any other questions about it. Um, cool. Did we see any other questions here, Dan? If you haven't dropped a question yet, please do so. We'd love to answer it. We try to keep these relatively short. That way you can all go about your Mondays and the rest of your days. We will be back on Wednesday actually this week, Dan. I'm not sure if you remember this.
I
So
do.
Monday kind of rolls around and I'm like looking ahead to see what's coming, and we're actually going to be back Wednesday at 2 p.m. and we're going to be giving a 7.0 kind of walkthrough
Mm-hmm.
and giving you the tips and tricks about what's new, because I know some things kind of moved a little bit and you've all had some questions about where is such and such. But Dan and I would love to walk through that with you all.
Were we
Uh,
were we doing that one? Did you mention that? I was reading comments. Were we going live with that one?
we're doing here right
Here,
here
that's
in the
what I thought.
enthusiast
Yep.
group. Yeah, I thought you said, is that what we're doing? I was like, oh, are we changing the topic now? It's kind of a hard time to find out.
It's also be a problem if I'm like, oh wait, that's the topic
What?
we're
Oh,
doing.
yeah, I can't make that one. Sorry. Also, I am going to drop this link here. We just a couple weeks ago, I guess, well, beginning of the month, we started our very own Switch Studio Discord. So
Oh
if you want to
yeah.
be a part of that, that's a link there. If you don't know what Discord is, it's kind of a giant chat room, building community. Again, like just helping us get better at live streaming. But we can talk about more than we can kind of just talk about anything, honestly. But it's going to be primarily around live streaming. So, would love for you all to be a part of that.
Yeah,
Uh,
for sure.
so I'm going to be doing some giveaways here in the next few weeks. Dan and I have kind of been talking about what we want to give away. Where we might
Hmm.
have some newer Switcher merch made for you all
You
and kind
guys
of
are
keep
getting
on hand and
drops,
give away.
new
Yeah.
drops
So
right
if there's
here, right?
something you're like, oh man, I would just really love a Switcher Studio sleeping bag or whatever, let me know. You can drop it here in the comments, or you can just post it in the group, wherever. So looking for some cool
Yeah,
ideas. We do have some.
dropping first to hear about that outside of internal stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hey, something else. First of all, hey,
Good
from
evening.
Sweden. Thanks for tuning in. Um, but yeah, something else I always like to mention. We're gonna be live. We have about 5 more minutes if you guys have any other last minute questions before we finish up. But we've been uploading these to YouTube afterwards, so you
Mhm.
can at Switcher Studio on all social, but that's our YouTube channel too. And if you're watching this on YouTube, if you want to join us live, we're live on Facebook on Monday mornings at 9:30 Eastern time. You can check us out either in the enthusiast group, which is where we are right now, facebook.com/Switcher Studio Enthusiast, or our main Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Switcher Studio. And thanks for checking out this recording on YouTube as well. I just think it's nice to shout out those people who aren't with us.
Mhm. Yep, absolutely. Cool. So if you have any more last minute questions here, we'll answer them. If not, I mean,
You're
we're wrapping
getting
things up
your
here.
merch ideas here now.
Oh, I know. Sleeping
T-shirt
like
mug.
yeah.
Chris does like these really long like these marathon charity giving days and stuff. So yeah, a sleeping bag would, I feel like, work out pretty well for him.
It's like I don't know why that came to my mind, but like
I love that it did.
we'll see.
Yeah,
Cool. Oh,
Mike
I
flags.
see. Go ahead. Oh yeah.
Go, keep going. What did you say?
I see one from David here. Multicam. Our picture-in-picture technically possible. I need 2-camera fix above a changing main production.
Okay. Our 2 picture-in-picture technically possible. I need 2 cameras picture-in-picture fixed above changing main production. Okay. That is interesting. The way I would do that, David, is I would do let me think. I would do so when you create a multi-view, you have the option to pre-select, and I would do that and just maybe make multiple copies of it. Now, by default, or there is an option there to like use existing sources, but that's only for like one of them, and you need 2. That's an interesting thought and something I can, we can pass along to the engineers as a possibility. That is something interesting.
Yeah. Trying to think of how I would do that.
Yeah. So like what I'm saying is like when you pre-select your assets, I would pick the 2 up top, A, B, and keep those same for all of them, and then change like the B, C spots for a whole bunch of different ones. So you, instead of like picking all the different ones, you can just tap a whole bunch of different multi-views. You'd have a bunch of them set up, which might not be exactly ideal, but I think
it would be a workaround
work
for now. Yeah.
and I feel like
Yeah,
it would not look terrible. I think it would look pretty sleek like that too.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty seamless. Like as long as things were all as long as you copy it and everything's in the right spot. That way you're not your corner one is not just kind of like jumping back and forth in a different location. Yeah.
Ed showing up saying what's up right before we're getting ready to say see you guys later. But
oh
yeah.
man.
Chris was asking Ed
Switcher
here
not. Yeah, I know the vertical is not for everyone, but I kind of like. I think I enjoy this at least for a. I mean, most
yeah,
of
we
you
could
are
do
probably
something like this every once in a while. It is something interesting to test out. I think it really does depend on how you're watching it too. As Chris said in the comments, like if you're watching on mobile, I bet this looks great. And I've got it pulled up over here on my computer screen on my side, and it just looks like there's a blue box below us.
Right.
So yeah, it is really interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of that's what I was saying, because like I'm very fidgety and like wiggly, so like me and vertical is like I kind of like have this very small box. Maybe that's good for me, like keeps me a little bit more still, but definitely have to be aware of that. And if your guest is not aware of that, like they're gonna be like way over here and like half off the screen. So
Chris, copy that comment like 3 times and then post it, and let's find out. I think it's gonna like go to the top of the screen. I'll be honest.
Oh really? Okay.
I'm gonna wait for that.
Yeah, 4 guests would be really skinny.
Ed, I was showing. We mentioned early, like this was my original idea, was doing it, something like this, and this is just, things like this. Just it's too much head.
I have
too much of
a
our heads
smaller
here.
window to be in. Yeah, so you don't want to see my face that close.
Yeah, I'm waiting like to see if someone wants to, like Chris, if you want to post a comment that's just really, really long, we'll throw it up here and see how that looks.
Yeah.
Otherwise, guys, we'll start the saying thanks for tuning in and
Yeah.
watching
Everyone.
here.
Yep. It's been a good time, and we will be back
I'm
on.
gonna start some outro music. How about that?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Make it happen. Like I said, we'll be back on Wednesday, 2 p.m. I say 2 p.m. Or I say 2:30. I'll just make sure to double check that.
Check
real
out our
fast
social
here.
for that.
Yeah, 2 o'clock there. 2 o'clock right here in the group where we will be running through 7.0 release, just kind of giving you some tips and tricks and thoughts. And then next Monday we'll be on the main Switcher Studio Facebook page.
All right. Hold on really quick. I just took Chris's. Oh, I did it too. Here, let's see. You ready for a wall of text on screen?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All
there
of
you go.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
what the limit's gonna look like.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Well, I guess that's good to know. Yeah. Everyone, thanks for hanging out with us.
We're just gonna get everyone. Come on. You guys are the best. For those who can't see the live comments right now, everyone is just posting walls of text. Let's just go through and I can be like, here's Chris's really long one. Here's Luke's really long one.
Oh man.
Here's Ed's really long one. Here's David's really long one. Oh.
Y'all are great.
Y'all are great. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll see you next week on the main Facebook page, and then in 2 weeks back here, once again in the Switcher Studio Enthusiast.
Come hang out with us.